that was super fast. That's what happens when it's only a minute. I'm like, holy moly, it's fast. I guess
your camera's not on, sweet friend. Your camera's not on.
I guess everybody wants to see me. Should I show them?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Say hello to the family. Hello.
Hi, little girl. Hey, Miss Pearl.
This is Pearl. This is my pretty Princess Pearl, huh? Pretty Princess Pearl.
Of course.
Lisa came on. She went, oh, what is this? What is
so
it?
Sweet.
Lying on a bone right now. Well, she was. Now she might just snuggle in. She might snuggle in for good. All right. So I was in the middle of typing. I don't know if I can type, y'all. Like, this is really difficult to do left-handed.
I love that the option of putting the dog down is not an option because that's the reality of life.
I mean, come on. Would you put this?
She won't have that puppy fluff forever. I miss puppy fluff.
She's so fluffy. Like as soon as I know, hello. As soon as we got her home, well, on her, I just lost my totally train of thought. On the car ride home yesterday, she got car sick, so she puked all over me. And so when we got home, I washed her immediately, and she smells so good. She smells so good.
Ooh,
so fluffy.
Best.
So fluffy. So hi everybody, welcome to the 24 Days of Quickies. I'm Marley.
And I'm Lindsay, and this is Pearl.
Pearl, this is my Christmas gift from my husband that I cannot believe. I'm shocked. I'm super shocked. Sorry guys, I'm literally trying to update all of this as we're talking because it was 1 minute. It was only a minute today. Because I figured, you know what, it's the last day. We don't need all that. We don't need all that stinking time. We don't need all that time. And we weren't here yesterday. Linz, so many messages from people asking if we were okay, what's going on. I was like, guys, I can't do it today. And I was going to try and do it the afternoon. It just wasn't in the cards. So,
you know, girl, if you had been like, hey, let's go live. Yesterday was like rough. Okay. I woke up and I was like, my vision is so clear. Never a good sign for me. Never a good sign.
Oh, really?
And I was like looking at Dave and I'm like, your face is so crystal clear. It's like 4K. And he's like, isn't your vision always 4K? I'm like, not like this. And he was like, that's not good. I'm like, I need you to make me a migraine pill. I'm going to put on all the things. I'm going to diffuse all the things. And he's like, here. And so I took like 14 pills all at once before I was like, it's going to happen. And I did. I got a migraine yesterday. So yesterday was rough.
Oh, that's the worst. And I mean, for those of you who wonder, like Lindsay and I didn't talk yesterday. Like that never happened.
That's not true. That's not true. I got puppy pictures. We technically communicated.
We texted. Yeah. But we didn't like actually talk. Like that was rare that we, are we going sheepies? Is that what
Oh yeah, we're sleepy, mama.
Oh, okay. Well, my work here is done, everybody. You just sit here and enjoy the puppy pictures. Look at that.
She's so asleep.
Oh my God. Oh, I mean, if you were resting on this bed of bevy beautiful boobs, wouldn't you be asleep?
Yes, I would.
Oh, look at that. She's like, okay, I'll just snuggles right here. Seriously. Oh my gosh. Hello, everybody. Okay, so I'm trying to open up the chat so that
I got it. Kathy, she is a golden doodle.
Yes.
As far as I know. She's a very fluffy puppy. Everyone's saying hi and Merry Christmas. So I mean there's golden doodle. And your daughter is in here.
Of course she is.
Laura's in here.
My mom says I was boring her. Seriously, Mom? Like, look at that, guys. Oh, nothing better than a puppy. Oh, look at that.
Does she have puppy breath too?
Major puppy breath.
Oh.
Major puppy breath. Oh, so here's the story. So if you guys don't remember, I don't know how many of you were around when Kara was around. I mean, if you're a long-time podcast listener, you remember I had Pedro and Kara and Penny. And Kara, we were always told she was a Wheaten Terrier, but I always felt like she was like a golden doodle because she just had that kind of look and coloring and can't think of the word, behavior, like all the things. Anyways, when Kara passed away, Kara was my dog. She was my girl. When Kara passed away, probably 4 or 5 years ago now, I always said I'd like to get another one of her, but all of my dogs have been rescue dogs. All of my dogs have been rescue dogs. Well, I guess this year, according to my daughter, I was at track practice with my boys, and she and John were talking about what to get me for Christmas, and they were just throwing out ideas. And John's like, I don't know, I'm going to go to bed. And he walked upstairs, and he was looking out over the stairs, and he goes, well, I do have one more idea. And I guess he'd been pondering it for a while, but he didn't want to say it out loud because he knew that as soon as he would say it out loud, that was it, right? And he said, well, I thought about getting your mom a puppy. And Alora was like, what? A puppy? Like,
I can see Alora's face going,
no, we said we were talking about you. Yeah, so exactly. Alora was like, what? So I guess he was like, yeah, I really think I want to get her like a Cara doggy. Because John has been saying for a while now that once these two dogs pass away, he'll be like, no more dogs. I want to be able to travel. I want to do all the things, he's like, no more dogs. I was like, all right, fine. Thinking that I would get just a little Lucy dog because I love little lap dogs, right? And so the fact that he was even contemplating getting a puppy was like, are you kidding me? So then Alora started looking online, looking for different dogs, and they were looking for a Cara dog. So they were looking at Wheaten Terriers, and she was like, I just don't think this is the Cara dog. And so then they looked at a Golden Doodle, and they were like, that's a Cara dog. And so they found a breeder, and she was born October 24th, and I was able to go pick her up yesterday. So I went and picked her up yesterday. The minute I saw her, I was like, that's Pearl. She's my pretty, pretty Princess Pearl. And yes, that is her full name, Pretty, Pretty Princess Pearl.
Of course it is.
But I will call her Pearl, but on the papers, it will be Pretty, Pretty Princess Pearl because look at her. So she is a Golden Doodle. She is fantastic. She is so, look at her. She's so loving. We're trying to train her with accordance to my mother. I did put her in the crate last night, and I did tell John, I was like, I don't know if I can do this because she started to cry. And I was like, I just don't know if I'm not that person. I wasn't that mom who let my kids cry in the crib. Like, I was not that person. I just, it was really difficult. So last night I put her in, she started to cry. First off, Penny, she heard her crying by the crate. Penny went by the crate and stood by it like, what's she doing in there? Why are you in there? Mom, do you see her? Do you see what she's doing? Mom, aren't you going to get her out, Mom? Like, what's going on, Mom? Like, Penny was distraught. Penny was like,
this is not how we do in this house.
Why aren't you helping this animal? And so when Alora was like, Penny, come to bed, because Penny is Alora's dog. Penny went in there, but she was really reluctant. She was like, I don't know if we should leave her. Like, why is she in that cage? And so I got into bed and she's crying, and John goes, I give it an hour before you have that dog out. I was like, no, I'm going to do it. And I said, you know what? Maybe if I put the cage in bed with me. Mind you, this is not a small cage. This is like a 24 by 20, like 32. Like, it's a big cage, big metal cage with all the, whatever. So I pick it up, I put it on the bed. I snuggle up to John because we have a king size bed. I snuggle up to John, and like I have my arm out like this. So like the cage is going along my arm and then down my body. So it's like coming this way, right? So I'm at the corner of the cage. She gets up at the corner of the cage by me. I put my fingers through the cage, and she lays on my hand, puts her paws through the cage to put it on my arm, and falls asleep. And I was like, okay, she's in her cage. She's in her cage. I did not take her out. So then like a little time passed. John took pictures of us. And I said, why don't you see if you can lift the cage and put it on the floor? Let's just see if we wake her up. She didn't wake up. So we put her on the floor, put a blanket over top of her, kind of like, go night nights. And she broke up probably about 1 o'clock in the morning, whining a little bit. And so I put my hand on there, and she just wanted to sit on my hand and stopped whining. And so I was like, all right. So I put her back up on the bed, and she snuggled right up to the corner, and my nose was right next to her. And she started licking my nose and then went right back to sleep. So she was like, I just want to be up next to you. Right. So she's still in the cage. I did not take her out of the cage yet. About 4:30 this morning, she woke up, and I was like, I know she has to go to the bathroom. Like, she's a puppy, right?
Yeah, she's a puppy.
Well, John usually gets up that early anyways. He's like, I'll take her to the bathroom. So he spent the morning with her, taking her to the bathroom and, playing with her. And then we fed her, and now she's just snuggled.
That's all puppies do, though. We just eat and we sleep.
I know. So Penny, I told you, Penny loves her. I mean, she keeps nudging her like, are what are you? Like, oh, I can't wait to play with you. And then there's Lucy, who we thought Lucy would be like, oh, this is great, because Lucy is the okay. I'm gonna tell you, Lucy is a Chihuahua, but she's not one of those Chihuahuas that's like
I've never heard Lucy bark.
No,
I've never heard her bark.
Like the kindest little dog ever. I've never seen her snap at anything. Never seen her like she's never growled. She just doesn't do that, right? Lucy's not having it. Lucy is like, all right, you blonde bitch, get out of my house, get away from my mom. We don't want none of your like here. Like she is like, no. And so Lucy refused to come by me for a while. This morning she got on my lap and Pearl was crawling all over her, and Lucy was like, oh hell no. Oh hell no. No. Like this is not good. So yeah, I don't exactly think Pearl and Lucy are gonna be best buddies right now. Maybe a little bit longer, but right now Lucy's like, no, I don't need you. So
I will say about crate training, we tried to crate train our little dog, and because she was a street dog, and I mean that in the most literal sense, someone found her on the street in Atlanta. She is not a super huge fan of confined spaces. And we think maybe something happened in a cage she wasn't cool with, because also, we've been home the whole time because of the pandemic. We got her in April. We've been home. Like, we don't go anywhere. We're not traveling. We're always home. And so only one of us runs an errand because that's the best way to do it right now. And so she's only been left alone like 4 times, like maybe total. And one time we left her in the crate, she got so angry that my tiny little 40-pound dog bent the door.
Oh no. Oh no.
So the crate is in the garage. And when we bought, I'm this guy. We bought cameras for the inside of the house, like security cameras. They're not connected to a security system, just so that if we do have to leave, we can watch her.
Oh, that's adorable.
But I will say, like, my sister's dog, Louise, she's a bunny goblin. That's an official breed, by the way. Louise loves her crate, because when she gets nervous or she wants to be alone, she knows she can go in there and be alone or be safe.
Supposedly that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be their own den.
And so it also means that if you guys did want to travel, you could take her with you. And if you take her crate, she knows she has a safe spot.
Right.
Which makes her easier to travel with. And because she's a golden doodle, most hotels are like, of course you can bring your dog.
Right. Where are we going? Right there? Is that where we want to be?
Hadley loves to do that. She loves to be a shoulder dog.
Yeah. Like she has been up in my neck. Like, so she's like, yep, that's where I want to be, Mom. Just right here.
Oh, look at that little face. Oh my goodness.
Just want to be by the neck.
I think it has to do with how warm you are right there, but also she can hear your pulse.
I was going to say, I think she can hear my pulse, like my heartbeat and stuff. I know. I'm talking about you. I know, baby.
Oh my God, I want to squish her fur so bad.
She is so furry. She's so furry.
Grabby hands.
Right there. Okay. How about that? Okay. We'll just go like that. All right. So it says, so she is a golden doodle. She's an F1B golden doodle, which means her mom was actually a golden doodle. Her dad was a standard poodle. So she is twice the poodle versus the golden, supposedly, but she looks more golden. She's just, I'm just in shock. I just can't even believe it.
When Hadley was, I mean, she's not a big dog, but when we got her home and they told us she was a year, turns out she was 4 months. So super fun there.
Yeah.
She only wanted to sleep right here. And I think it was because it's warm and it feels safe, and change is scary for anybody, let alone a poor dog. So
right. And it's a puppy pile. She just came from a big litter. So I mean, she's just used to these puppy piles.
Yeah, and not like that was the thing we did when we got Hadley home. We did the dog pile on the couch, and it's still her favorite thing. Like if I'm done working and I come downstairs and Dave's on the couch, I'll lay down, and then she gets really excited, and I put the blanket over me, and then she lays like right against my chest. She's like, "Look, we're all in the same place. This is the best thing that's ever happened ever."
That's so awesome. I love it. So I hope y'all will forgive me for not being here yesterday because I had to go get myself a puppy. My puppy. I was very, very excited about doing this yesterday. And I mean, it's amazing what I was telling John. I'm sorry, I'm scrolling so that we don't have to scroll live on camera. It's amazing what a dog or an animal, let's just even just say an animal, can do for your whole spirit and soul. And it's not just, I mean, I have other dogs that I love. I love my dogs. And I don't know, when they just snuggle with you, like when I had cats, when they would snuggle up and purr. And then, I mean, it's just, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and tell you the truth about my family. If we had not gotten Hadley when we did, I can tell you, I would not be as mentally well as I am now.
Yeah.
It gave me something to focus on that was positive when I really needed it. And then she gave me a reason to get out of the house when I didn't have anywhere to go. Like we could go to the PARK. Every day. It was something to look forward to. Like, even though it interrupted my work and it was hot and I got eaten alive by mosquitoes, it was like, I have a thing to do that is positive where I don't have to worry about the world for a few minutes. And I don't know that I don't think that I would be as well off as I am right now without, I mean, I know I wouldn't. And my husband, who literally jokes that he has no feelings, genuinely, he's like super chill all the time. He's like, okay, sure, whatever you say. He was like, I couldn't have gotten through this without the dog. I'm like, okay, so pets are the best. It doesn't matter what kind of pet you have, bunnies, birds, dogs, cats, doesn't matter, fish, whatever, hamsters, gerbils, whatever you have. There is scientific proof that having a pet makes you feel better.
I know. All right, I want you to see.
Oh, she's so out, Marley. She's so asleep. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Pearl. Did I wake you up? Oh, go back to bed.
Shut up. That's her. Shut up. All right.
I'm trying to sleep here, people.
I'm just so, it's so great. So, hey, everybody. It's the last of the 24 Days of Quickies. I can't believe we've reached this point of the event. Super fun. And yeah, so let's just do a share screen and talk about what today's stuff is. Was that proper English? That didn't sound right to me. Okay. So are you seeing it?
Yeah.
Isn't that pretty?
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So hello, baby. So this is Keep Warm and Fashionable with this infinity scarf pattern from Lorene of Creation Crochet. I absolutely think these are super cute. I love infinity scarves. I love that they stay around your neck. And you could use so many different colors, But let's click here. I'm going to just come over here and see. Roll in the deep is what she calls it. 24 Days of Quickies. Whoa. Moves on me real quick. Let me just close this. As everything moves for me, right? It happens. I'm happy to be part of 24 Days of Quickies. You can also download the free copy of the pattern below. So I'm going to keep scrolling. That is my friend.
I love her hair.
Yeah. She's so fun. Such fun stuff. All right, affiliate links, pattern terms, more pictures.
There you go.
Click here.
On Marley's site, yeah.
Okay, click here to add the pattern to Ravelry. Click here to pin it. Be sure to check out the wonderful patterns on my site, 24 Days of Quickies. I'm going to keep scrolling real quick. Get your free PDF of Rollin' in the Deep Infinity Scarf, Rollin' in the Deep Infinity Scarf printable. So I'm going to click that. There you go. That's how you're going to get it. You just click that. Did you guys see where I clicked? If y'all saw it. I don't even know where I was anymore. All right, here. Click this, and it takes you to this page, and then download it. You guys all know by this point it goes to, I have it set to go to my Adobe Pro, so it's already in there. That is so cute. If you don't already know, Lorene is actually one of the founders of the Crochet Foundry, and she also is one of the creative directors for Furl's Crochet Hooks. So she does a lot of wonderful stuff. If you get a chance, go check out all of the things on her website. She's got some fun items happening there. I know. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Yes. I know. Okay. All right. Okay. This is the weirdest thing. It feels like having a baby again. Like,
You do. It's just a baby
yeah,
with 4 legs. That's a
yeah,
baby.
that's a baby. She's, where are you going? Where? Oh, ow. Okay.
Puppy toenails are rough.
Yeah, look at my chest. It's like all scratched up. All right, so here's another one. You want to sit on my, are we sitting on me? What are we doing? She's literally, that's her ass. All right, we'll go with it. Okay, next one.
Oh, I love those.
Gosh, I love me a basket, right? You're gonna
I
love
love a
these.
container of any kind.
Yes, pottery totes from Heidi from Snappy Tots. I love Snappy Tots designs. I think she does really great stuff. So we're gonna click here and go see Snappy Tots designs. Again,
Is that website?
yeah, if you
That website.
have some time, definitely go and look through all of her stuff. She's got just a lot of really awesome stuff.
All of her patterns are half off until Christmas. Plus, you can enter to win 12 free skeins of yarn.
Perfect.
Hello.
Perfect. Super cute. I mean, these things are so great. These are great for holding doggy toys, plants, anything you can think of. Really awesome stuff. So if you scroll through, it's featured on the 24 Days of Quickies. Click here to download the PDF for free. So I'm going to click there. Same sort of deal. Click there. I'm going to click here, and it's already it's saved into my Adobe PDF. It's saved into my downloads is where it is. But I have it. There you go. Super easy. Super duper easy. Love it. Looks like you can use all sorts of different scrap yarns to get it. I hear you. I see you. I see you. I hear you.
I want to be inside your neck, Mom.
I know. Okay, where are we going? Where are we going? I just don't want her to fall. Seriously, she's like on my back. I'm giving a great cleavage shot, y'all.
I was about to say, this is a great shot.
I mean, hi. She just wants to lay there. Okay, well, here we go. Okay, so that's the I'm doing a terrible job talking about anything today. All right, so the knitting one. The knitting one is actually kind of the crochet one also, because the pattern that we had picked for the knitting one today was actually a knit hat from me, but I realized I don't have a PDF made for it. It's purely just a knit hat that's free on my website. So I was like, you know what? We're just going to make it to where anybody can use this coupon code and get one free pattern from my Ravelry store today. So knitters and crocheters alike, this gift is from me to you. Merry Christmas. Coupon code is Pearl. So if you happen to click something else to get to my Ravelry store, the coupon code you want to use is Pearl, and you'll get one free pattern from my Ravelry store. Any pattern you want, you can click here, you can click here. I think I made it to where you put, it automatically included the code for you. So if you do that and then say use this code, all you need to do is put a pattern into your cart, and then it'll come up for free. All right. You guys see that? Yes. Mm-hmm. Awesome. So that's my gift for me to you today. Super simple. One free pattern from Marley Bird's Ravelry store. Cool. So that's the 24 Days of Quickies. Yay! 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 Hi. Yes, we're awake. Everything's beeping at you. I know. I know. It's so rough. It's so rough.
So hard, Mom.
Oh, gosh. Darn it. This is so... Hello. Can I go give you... You know what? I'm going to go see if the kids could take her to the potty. P-O-T-T.
Yeah, I think that might be the problem.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so you've been watching on your 52-inch TV every day. Oh, that makes me very self-conscious about my makeup situation. Oh my goodness. All right.
She's going to the potty. Hello, Lucy. Hello. She's like,
Lucy's like, I don't want to talk to you. You know what's so funny is that oh my gosh, girl. So my friend Lise, she had, you know, Lise. She has a great dog. His name's Fergus. He's a Rottweiler Lab mix. He's a mutt. He's a Heinz 57 probably. Mm-hmm. And he is adorable and has the sweetest temperament. And if he ever goes missing, I'm pretty sure he's at my house because I would take him in a second. I love him so much. We're best friends. And for a while, her daughter moved home with her and her daughter got a puppy. And he's a little Pibble mix. He's another Heinz 57 dog and his name is Bo. And when Bo was a puppy, Fergus was like, where are my pets? What am I? Chopped liver? what are you doing? And so like I came over, I was like, Fergus, right? Because I'm so excited to see Fergus and I'm petting him and he's like, oh, we can talk, right? And then Bo crawled into my lap. I did not give Bo attention. And Fergus was like, traitor. He walked away and I was like, dude, we're still besties. I would have Lucia. She's like, that's my lap, dog. That's my lap.
It's so true. I'm gonna show a picture. It was John who was giving love to Penny. Oh, my chest is like on fire. It's like,
yeah, you're gonna have to wear a higher collar shirt, maybe.
Yeah, I guess so, huh? John was giving love to Penny, and so I'm gonna show you both of these. Hold on, I gotta get the next one and airdrop it too. And I'll do share screen. I'll do this one first because can you see it?
Yeah.
All right. See how Penny's little tail is wagging
so hard,
and her feet are on the ground. But John just turned to look at Pearl. Okay. So then let me stop. Penny was like, oh, hell no, pay attention to me. Don't look at her. What are you doing looking at her? She's nothing to see there. You don't need anything over there. And so then Penny was just like, yep, this is my space. Like she got all the way up there, like, yes, get in my face. So you could see Penny put her face right into John's face, like, pay attention to me. This is me. So she was like, please. Super cute.
That's so great.
I love it.
It won't be long before they're going to be vying for a spot on that ottoman.
Oh yeah. I mean, and then Penny was sitting down and Pearl saw Penny's tail. He was like, ha.
Oh, yeah.
Penny was like, what?
Oh, I'm just going to go ahead and warn you. All the golden doodles I know are obsessed with other tails.
That's awesome.
I don't know if it's I don't know if it's a poodle thing. I don't know if it's a lab thing, the mix. I don't know if it's I don't know, but something about other dogs' tails. Every time I'm at this park with Hadley and there's a golden doodle, there's a lady there who trains them. And so there's always a new golden doodle coming. If you have a dog with a tail that's just like going, that golden doodle is like right there, like, I'm going to catch it. I'm going to catch it.
That's awesome.
I can do it.
That's awesome. Well, I am in love. She is pretty fantastic. And so far she's pretty smart. She's starting to know her name. Like I'll say Pearl and she looks up like, I think that's me.
Hey,
I think she's calling me. Yeah. So that's cool. I don't know. It's fun. It's new. I can't believe it's happening. Because I'm sort of like a puppy. But you know what? Hey, I got time for a puppy. I have time.
Totally have time for a puppy. Who has free time? I think Marley Burke. No.
Marley Burke has free time. You know, Ann Burke's response was the best. It was, so Ann sent us woven scarves for the whole family for Christmas. And they're so awesome. And so I sent her the picture. She goes, oh, I think the puppies need scarves that match. And I was like, yes, they do. That needs to happen.
Yes, they absolutely do.
I was gonna say,
Emily said she's got two doodles, and she says that Linus is always trying to attack Gar's tail. So strap in, sister.
It just happens all the time. It'll be funny. So I was gonna say, speaking of Ann Burke, I know that I'm gonna be doing something special with Ann Burke, giving away one of her books and one of her VKL classes coming up. So you guys definitely want to pay attention to that. Along with that, I'm also going to be talking to Jenny King about doing one of her VKL classes. So you might have a chance to win Vogue Knitting Live classes for knitters and crocheters. So there's really a lot of fun stuff happening. So you guys don't want to miss out. And then beyond today, if you guys are paying attention to the website and my YouTube channel and the Facebook and all that, on the 26th starts the countdown to New Year's Eve event. So there'll be part of a pattern that comes out each day all the way down to New Year's Eve. It was part of the Destination Yarn and Erin Lane Bags Countdown to 2021 box. So that is happening. So if you're looking for something else to do, if you haven't done enough, you're looking for something for yourself, this is a fun thing to do. I feel like I sound so kind of like calm. I feel calm.
But puppies have that effect. Like all of a sudden, all the things that you were like super stressed and worried about, and like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, like all of a sudden you're just like,
They're just not there.
Those things just don't matter.
Yeah. That's kind of where I feel like I am right now. I'm just like, oh, I feel so good. And it's Christmas Eve. I mean, I'm a little sad because I'm not with my family because I really like Christmas Eve is the day with my family. Um, but I'll see them soon enough. I'll see them soon enough, and this too shall pass. It will be fine. Everything will be good. But overall, I would say that the 24 Days of Quickies events turned out really great. So many wonderful free patterns. I know that next week I will have Caitlin coming on here to talk about the countdown to New Year's Eve, which is like the day of event that she's doing. So we still have a lot of things coming up here at the end of the year to ring it all in. So don't leave me, guys. Don't be like, oh, I've had enough of her. you know?
I don't think anybody's like, I have too much Marley Bird. That's not a thing. That's not a thing, Marley Bird. That's not a thing.
Oh, thank you. I love it. I love it. Anything new on your end? So did Hankmas end last night or does it end tonight?
So that's a great question.
Okay, because I was kind of pondering that a little bit.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've noticed, but I struggle with math.
Oh, I struggle with math. But what happened? I've missed this. Okay.
So I was like, 12 days of Hankmas means if I want to end on the 24th, I start on the 12th. Nope. If you're doing 12 days of Hankmas, you start on the 13th. So
I would have started on the 12th too.
Okay, that makes me feel better. Thank you.
Yeah, but I'm not very good at math either. But I totally would have started on the 12th.
Right?
Yeah, I totally would have.
So I think on day like 4, Dave was like, you do realize that this means it ends on the 23rd. And the event online says it ends on the 24th. And all of my bag buddies were like, we go until Christmas Eve. And I was like,
this is the most 2020 thing.
And so like last night was the 12th day of Hankmas, but we're doing a bonus night today. So there's a 13th day of Hankmas for the first time ever. There's a 13th day of Hankmas. There was enough belief in Christmas Larry that Dave is doing I have a funny story about that. Dave is doing a holiday Hankmas Larry presentation during the live tonight.
Okay.
It will be very fun. I have seen it. I'm very excited about it. It's a delight. Just lovely. Just lovely. But Dave, everybody was like, do Dave's unfair trivia. So this is a thing that Dave, like one time I was like, I have to go like fix this thing or fill my water bottle or something. And Dave was like, oh, I'll entertain them. Let's do Dave's unfair trivia. So like Dave just asked the question, like, what's his favorite color? Like it's completely unfair. And they all wanted Dave's unfair trivia for Hankmas, but I was like, guys, we got to do these fast because I got to get back upstairs and get back to sewing. And so they were begging and begging. He said, well, if you believe enough in Holiday Larry, maybe I'll do something on the last day. So he's doing a holiday Hankmas Larry presentation tonight. And I do have one more product tonight. So it's not a large product for sure. It's a fast sewing project. But so we are doing the 13th day of Hankmas tonight, which is a bonus day. I
love it. I love it. That's fantastic. Well, congratulations. I hope that it goes over.
We made it.
Swimmingly.
We made it to the 13th day.
I love it. See, the mistake just came from you forgetting you were counting the 12th as a day instead of saying it's 12 days. Yeah, that's exactly. I would have done the exact same thing.
And I mean, it's fine. I don't mind. It's certainly, we've had a great time. We have a whole bunch of people watching every day. That doesn't mean everybody's shopping. It just means that we're all hanging out, having a good time. Which is lovely. Especially since like we can't be with our families this year, missing my sister and her husband this year, all my cousins and my aunt and uncles, and just missing everybody. So it's nice to like see your friends on the internet every night. It's not bad. I mean, it certainly felt more Christmassy than I think otherwise 2020 might have.
Well, fantastic. I'm glad that it's doing well, and we're going to finish off the year with a bang. And 2021, I'm super excited for it to get here. Like very excited.
I'm excited, but I think 2020 is going to hang on a little while. I think it's going to be,
it's not all going to solve
thing.
Yeah.
As much as I want it to be.
Right.
But I mean, I will say this. So here's the reason when you texted me, I was like, I'm running errands. I'll be there in a minute. So last night, Dave and I normally don't get a chance to put up our Christmas until like 23rd, 24th. Sometimes we put up our Christmas tree on Christmas Day. Okay. That's just the way it is because of Hankmas. It's fine. Doesn't bother us. We'll take it down sometimes in March. One year it was April. I don't care. Do what you want. Right.
I'm going to leave this one up all the time. I love it. It's my favorite.
I'm thinking so here we go. So I get the tree up and I'm like, I'm going to go get the Christmas lights out of the attic. Right. So I up to the attic and I get the lights down and I start plugging them in. I'm like, okay, this one's dead. Okay. This one's dead. I went through my entire box of Christmas lights. Not a single strand of Christmas lights worked.
No way.
No, seriously. And I'm like, where do you get Christmas lights on the 23rd of December?
Right.
And I'm like, can Amazon deliver them? No. Like, does Home Depot have them? No. Does Target have them? No. Does Walmart have them? No. Right. And I'm like, so I start looking like that was mobile. So I get on my computer, like, right. And Home Depot was like, call the store to check availability. I'm like, okay. And you just get a recording and it says like limited stock. I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
So this morning I was like, I'm going to do it. And I was like, I might not find enough lights to light my Christmas tree, in which case I will take my tree down and it will be fine. But I will find Christmas lights to light my house in some way. I will do it.
Okay.
So I got up this morning and I went to Home Depot and I walked in and it's this huge display stocked full of Christmas lights. And they're like, Christmas decor, 50% off. And I was like, thank you. Right. So I get a cart and I basically filled the cart because I'm like, well, if one of these doesn't work, it's not like I can come back.
Right.
And they were $5, like 300 lights for $5. And I was like, take my money. Just take my money.
Yeah.
Right? So, and like this guy is there, like all the pre-lit Christmas trees are on sale, which I debated, not going to lie. I debated just buying a new tree.
Uh-huh.
I thought about.
I get you.
Way too expensive for my situation. So I'm like, just getting all the lights. And the guy buying not one, not two, but 3 Christmas trees goes, do you think you have enough lights?
Oh, please tell me you said something to him.
I was like, I don't know. Do you think you have enough trees? And he goes, well, I said, oh, I'm sorry. Is that none of my business? And he was like, well, you don't know what I'm using these for. I'm like, you don't know what I'm using these for.
Right.
As I put, and like, I was done. I had plenty and I was like, 1, 2. Just to make a point, I'll spend $10 more. Just to make a point, bro.
Oh my God, you are so many people.
Yeah. I was like, and then I realized that I was also out of like regular light bulbs. And I was like, oh, I'm at Home Depot. I'm like, they're right there. So like I'm stuck. So I look like a crazy person. Like I'm
all sorts of lights.
So I get to the checkout and the guy, and it's like the only checkout that's open is the self-checkout, which is fine. I am more than fine with everybody having Christmas Eve off. That's why I went early so that I'm not the person there late. Also, traffic in my town is a mess. So I'm like, and I get to the car. He's like, do you need help? I'm like, no, I'm good. Thank you. You know, and he's like, he looks at my card. He's like, well, you're going to have a Merry Christmas. I said, I am now. And he goes, can I ask what happened? I'm like, every single strand of Christmas lights I own didn't work last night. And he goes, oh. And I was like, I'm really glad you guys had lights. He's like, me too. But he was like, you think you have enough lights? You think you have enough trees?
That's hilarious. You know, I was thinking to myself today, I was like, how do I end the 24 Days of Quickies with a story of some sort, right? Because we've been trying to tell stories every day. So I've told a story about Alora and Santa Claus. And I have the best story about Caden. At least I think it's the best story. And so I wanted to share that. Like, that's like my final story. I think Caden must have been 6 or 7 years old. Okay. And let me preface this with Caden. Caden is going to be 17 next month. I just can't even grasp that.
I can't. That's not real. He's still 10, right?
It's like he turned to this man overnight. It's the weirdest thing.
It's very weird.
But Caden has always been, and I'm going to try really hard not to cry. He's always been my special kid in that it was the longest for him to talk. Okay. It was very hard to understand anything he said. And he kind of had a safe word where he knew that what I could understand him say was, I love you, mommy. If he got scared, I love you, mommy. If he, feeling any sort of things like, I love you, mommy. Like that's just where it was. Right. So he's always had this special place. He was always the kid on the playground, never playing with the kids. He was always like, he was never the one with the kids chasing other kids. He was always the one being chased. Does that make sense? He was always singled out, always wanted to be part of the crowd, but was always just one step outside. And I always used to tell him, mommy's a sucker for blonde boys. Mommy's a sucker for blonde boys. Because I have, like, John's like one of the only like dark haired guys I've ever dated and married. I always like blondes. I don't know why. And, he came out like this reddish blonde hair. And I was like, mommy's a sucker for blonde boys. So he couldn't talk for the longest time. And one day we're at the park. He was playing with kids. So I was already in an emotional state because I was like, look, he's playing. And he came over and gave me a hug. And I was like, mommy's a sucker for blonde boys. And he pulled me in real tight and he got close to my ear and he goes, I'm a sucker for mommies. Broke my heart, right? Because I'm like, this is
my favorite Caden story.
This is great, right? So he's always had this special place, right? He's been the most difficult. He's been the most jackass. He's been the most loving. He's been like all these things. He's also very sensory sort of stuff, like anything that clicks, bounces, snaps, whistles. Like he's very sensory driven, right? And he cannot keep a secret. Secrets are not his thing.
God, no, he can't.
You tell him it's a secret. He's like,
what he does is like, hey guys, guess what I learned?
Yeah, he's bubbling over, right?
Yeah.
One year for Christmas, John took him and the kids to go get me my very first Macintosh computer, like my Mac laptop. And John told him, okay, we can't tell mommy we bought her an Apple. And he's like, okay, Dad. He walks in the door, opens the door. Mom, we bought you a computer. And John's like, Caden, he goes, well, I didn't say it was an apple. And I was like, what?
I love that he found his way around it.
Oh yeah, he's my spin city kind of kid, right? He's gonna spin any story to fit him. So anyways, like this, like any sort of present, secret, anything like this, it's just anxiety ridden for him, right? So one year, now we're getting to the story. This is the story. One year he's at my parents' house and my parents decided, as I mentioned, we're always at my parents' house on Christmas Eve. That's when my family gets together. We open gifts, we do the things. So he's at my parents' house with the other kids and they're spending the night and I think it was our anniversary. So John and my anniversary is the 22nd. So they were spending the night for the anniversary and then they were going to spend the next day there. And then we're going to have Christmas Eve the next day. Right. So they're there. My parents have a big house. And so my parents at the time, all the kids were small. So they had them all in the bedroom with them, sleeping on sleeping bags on the floor. So my mom said she got up about the middle of the night, just kind of, looking to check on the kids as you do. It's like, are they all there? And she sees that Caden is, in bed, but it just doesn't feel right. And she's like looking around and she's like, oh, all the lights are on. It's like all the lights in the house are on all of a sudden. And she's like, I know the lights are out. Like what, like she turned the lights out. Why are the lights on? What's happening? So she gets up, she starts going downstairs and, is looking and she sees a half-eaten popsicle on the counter, bag of chips open, kind of like making the way, and goes into where the Christmas tree is. And there's a couple of presents opened, completely opened, all out, right? And she's like, what in the world? One of them was a box of shoes. So like the box was open, but the shoes weren't in there anymore. She's like, what in the world, right? She's cleaning everything up, cleaning up the popsicle, putting away the chips, turning out the lights. Like, what is happening? Realized that they were all Caden's presents, but was like, Caden's in bed. Like, how, goes upstairs, lifts the sleeping bag. Caden is in bed wearing his new shoes. He went downstairs while everybody was asleep, opened up his present, saw that they were new shoes and put them on and went back to bed with his new shoes on. And the next day got up and said, Grandma, look what I got. Showed his new shoes. He was so happy. He was just like, I got some shoes. And my mom was like, well, buddy, weren't those on? Yeah, they have my name on them. Those were for me, Grandma.
Well, I mean, he's not wrong.
Right?
He's not wrong.
So now, every time I wrap shoes up for Caden, which I did this year, we already opened our gifts. We opened all of our gifts on the 22nd because I was like, I don't want to wrap. We bought everything off Amazon and other stores. I'm just going to hand you a box. You open it. Hopefully it's yours, right? So I wrapped up. And I didn't wrap, but I got him some shoes this year. And when he opened them, it triggered that story in my brain of Caden sleeping in his sleeping bag with all of his cousins, but he was wearing his brand new shoes that were underneath the tree. Yep. So that's my Caden story.
I love it.
Isn't that awesome?
I love it.
I'm a sucker for mommies. To this day.
I will say the other day when you and I were video chatting or something and shoes came in and he got new track shoes and something and you were like, don't tell your brother they're new. Don't tell your brother they're new. And he's like, it's going to be so hard, Mom. Like he knows who he is. And he was like, that's going to be so hard, Mom. It's going to be so hard.
Yeah. And like he
clearly loves new shoes. He clearly
does. Well, and it's like I said, he loves new shoes, the sensory stuff. Like I bought them all new Apple Watches, right? You guys got to admit, it's so satisfying to like take off that cover.
Oh, yes.
It's the best thing ever, right?
Oh my gosh. On anything, like on your computer screen, on your camera.
Like I got extra straps for mine, and there's a thing that you can take off to open it up. And he's like, "Oh, Mom, can I please just open it?" I was like, "Sure." So here he is, he's doing it, and he's opening it, and he goes, "Oh." I'm like, I could have just given you that. Like, it's just the sensory thing for him is so big. Like, he's like, I love that, Mom. But yeah, even now he'll, like, he's also my kid. We were walking out of football practice when he was in junior high. He was holding my hand because I love holding I've always told my kids I love holding their hand. It started off because I made it like it was a big deal, like hold your mom's hand. I love holding your hand, buddy. You know what I mean? But now, like, I really do love holding his hand. I always have. So I would hold his hand one day. It was after football practice. He must have been in 7th or 8th grade. And his friend, I mean, that's like kids are ridiculing you, right? If you're holding your mom's hand.
Oh, I'm familiar.
Right. Yeah. So we're walking away. And I hear one of his friends say something like, "Oh, Bird, you got to hold your mom's hand across the street." Didn't miss a beat. Caden goes, "If your mom was half as cool as mine, you'd hold her hand too." Just kept on walking. And I was like, "Oh my God, I love you so very much." Like, you're the best.
Caden is that very quick wit. Like, you're never going to get one by him.
No.
Like, I mean, there have been times where I'm like, oh, I've got him in a corner. Nope, I don't.
No, he's
like, that takes work. That takes work. I'm very especially with that age. So
it's pretty awesome.
I love. If your mom was half as cool as my mom, you'd hold her hand too.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's exactly what he said. He was like, "Whatever, dude. I'm holding her hand. It's awesome." So those are good. You guys like the story too. So you guys you get the story right of the little boy and it was one of those moments where he just came up with it in his head all by himself and was like, "I'm a sucker for mommies," and I'm just like, "Oh, I love you. I love you, kid." Like, you're the best kid ever, right? It's pretty funny. Anyways, all right, guys. There you have it.
That's it.
There you have it.
24 days of quickies.
24 days of quickies. Oh, it won't let me show your whatchamacallit. It's saying that it's an error. It won't let me show your email or your website. I'm going to type it in there.
Sorry.
Yeah, 24 days of quickies. Merry Christmas to you, my friend.
Merry Christmas to you as well. And
wish I could see you.
To all the birds in the coop.
All the birds. We're gonna hang out, do our thing. Go hang out with my little puppy. My chest is getting
you got cowls. You can cover that.
I had a poncho on earlier. I had my turkey trot poncho from last year on, but I took it off because I got warm. And so I'll put it back on. But anyways. All right. I love you.
Merry Christmas to you and yours. Christmas. And to everyone here, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. I love you. I'm a sucker for minions.